Amelia had always dreamt of owning an old Victorian house, steeped in history and character. When she stumbled upon a listing for a charming two-story home nestled in a quiet neighborhood, she knew her search was over. The moment she stepped through the creaking front door, she felt a strange sensation, an unsettling chill that seemed to seep into her very bones. At first, Amelia dismissed the eerie occurrences as the quirks of an old house. Flickering lights, faint echoes, and unexplained drafts became part of her daily routine. She attributed the soft whispers she heard at night to the wind rustling through the trees outside. But as the whispers grew clearer, the unease within her deepened. One evening, while sifting through a box of old photographs left behind by the previous owners, Amelia stumbled upon a letter. The paper was yellowed with age, the writing faded but still legible. It was a letter from a woman named Eleanor to her beloved sister Margaret, dated over a century ago. The words hinted at a tragic tale of love lost and secrets buried. As the days passed, Amelia's obsession with the letter intensified. She began to hear Eleanor's voice, soft and melancholic as if carried by the wind itself. The whispers seemed to emanate from the very walls of the house, telling a story of heartbreak, betrayal, and a desperate plea for forgiveness. Amelia's nights became sleepless as she immersed herself in Eleanor's story. She felt an inexplicable connection to the long-dead woman, as if their fates were intertwined. She grew more distant from her friends and reality, consumed by the spectral presence that enveloped her home. One fateful night, as the moon cast eerie shadows across the room, Amelia finally deciphered the truth behind Eleanor's story. Eleanor had been wronged by her own sister, Margaret, who had stolen her true love and left her to a life of solitude and despair. The whispers grew louder, urging Amelia to seek justice for Eleanor's suffering. Driven by a force she couldn't resist, Amelia began researching the history of the house and the people who had lived there. Her quest for truth led her to the local library's archives, where she discovered a shocking revelation. Eleanor and Margaret had indeed lived in her house, and their story had ended in tragedy. Eleanor's life had been cut short by a violent confrontation with Margaret. Haunted by the knowledge, Amelia confronted the ghostly presence that had consumed her life. In a chilling encounter, she stood before Eleanor's apparition, which seemed both sorrowful and vengeful. Amelia made a promise to Eleanor, a promise to reveal the truth and clear her name, no matter the cost. As Amelia delved deeper into the past, she unearthed evidence that Margaret's betrayal had been a lie, fabricated to cover up her own dark deeds. Armed with the truth, Amelia organized a gathering at her home, inviting mediums, paranormal experts, and historians to witness the unraveling of the tale. And then came the twist that sent shivers down the spines of everyone present. As the mediums attempted to communicate with the spirit of Eleanor, a second ghostly figure emerged, a figure that bore an uncanny resemblance to Amelia herself. The truth, as it turned out, was far more complex than anyone could have imagined. Amelia had unknowingly been living a dual existence. Her soul was a reincarnation of Margaret, who had been haunted for generations by the guilt of her actions. The two souls had become intertwined, fated to relive the tragedy until justice was served. The walls whispered no more as the spirits finally found closure. The house, once filled with tormented souls, now stood in peaceful silence. Amelia had fulfilled her promise, rewriting the tragic history that had bound her soul to the past. The tale of the haunted home ended with a twist that transcended time, leaving behind a story of redemption, forgiveness, and the power of uncovering buried secrets.